Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Hello, can you guys?
Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
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 So I'm now recording. So Zaixin, could you please tell us something about your education and your background?
Yes, I graduated from San Jose State University as Master of Electrical Engineering in 2020, summertime. And since then, I work for COSA, a company that's contracting for a defense system. That's my background.
So you had your master degree in San Jose State.
Yes.
What about your undergraduate education?
I get my undergraduate from University of Wisconsin-Madison in 2016, December. And my major is also in electrical engineer. That's where I get my bachelor's.
Okay, thank you very much. So I've seen your LinkedIn profile. So you've also have experience in the military. Could you elaborate more on that part?
Yes, from my working experience, I joined the Army since 2016. Start my basic combat training in January. And I served for the Army for 2.5 years. And then I start to apply for officer training program in San Jose State. I also earned a military science certificate in from the San Jose State military science program. After that, I served in the reserve side, and I also worked for the defense as a contractor. My job is to get the signature of all the targets, foreign targets and domestic targets. The signature from infrared radar and stuff like that, and to tell the system to recognize friendly force and enemy forces. That's basically what I did for my job.
Thank you, Zaixin. Jonathan, do you have any question?
No, not everything sounds good about the background and education. Do you want to just keep switching off questions or?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the next question I have is, what previous experience did you have that prepared you for your work now as a data analyst?
So data analyst is based on my engineering background. As I study electrical engineer, so I'm familiar with the data side of the radar system and the IRs. And I learned signal processing and image processing through our school. in San Jose, they provide some image processing classes. And also, as I worked in the army, so I'm familiar with the culture about how to talk with the customer in the military and also in the defense side. That's how I get prepared for my job.
Thank you, Zaixin. I will start question number 3. So how did you find this data analysis is the job you want?
Because I enjoy doing mathematics and I also enjoy exploring things. Things like you get the signature of target, maybe it's a decoy or it's a real target, and you collect the data, you collect the raw data and doing analysis on those is basically an exploration experience, and it's really fun for me. I really enjoy discovering stuff. That's why I'm looking for jobs like that. And then I realized this job fits my background, and I enjoy doing it. That's why I'm applying for it. And as soon as I talk to the hiring manager, they think I'm a good fit, and then I get the position.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll say the next question. So question number 4 is, what would you do if your work is not satisfied by your supervisor?
Usually I will ask for anything that I did wrong, or is there any performance metrics that's I'm not satisfying, and I'm trying to improve it. And I think the communication part is the most important. Like, what's my supervisor's expectation and what I did and why I didn't meet his expectation, and I will get a plan of action how to get improvement, and talk to my manager about it. That's my plan.
All right, thank you.
So Zaixin, as you're a SJSU alumni and you have been working for a while after graduation, so what would you say to a university students like us that are looking for a job as a data analyst in this field?
What I may say is, as data analyst is basically exploration stuff, like what you really enjoy doing. Like what I'm really enjoy doing is using my knowledge to help the defense to protect our freedom. And then people may have different background. If you are interested in marketing and the economy, you can definitely, there's data analyst positions in company. They need to analyze their market performance. And also, if you really want to do some research, there also need a lot of data scientists to look into their data and give some suggestion for their next step. What they should, what's the correlation between the factors and the outcome, and then give some suggestion for their research method. And also, I think the most important thing is what you really interested in, and that's how you can like really perform well in your job and be happy about the life. Yeah, that's what my suggestion. Look what you're really interested in and put that into a career.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I really like that answer. That's a nice answer.
Oh, thank you.
So what is your long-term career goal for being a data analyst?
My long-term career goal is I think I'm also a officer in the reserve side. My long-term goal is the military side, but data analyst definitely helped me with my military career. During my job, I learned how the signal of a target and decoy behave in all different kind of situations. And that will help me to build up my military knowledge that's field or something, so I know what to do if I see this kind of radar signature, and I can make a better assumption, a better guess of if it's a decoy or it's a real target, it's friendly force or enemy force. And my long-term goal is more like in the military side. So yeah, to become a better officer. By the way, what I think is data analyst is not it's not a data analyst alone. I think it's just a tool to help you to get the information you want. Like if you are in the market field, you should know what kind of things that customer want, and should we investigate more on this thing, or you should investigate less on something else. Or if you are doing sense research, you will know is this factor infecting has the most effect on the outcome of this result. Also, there's AIs and things like that. They use data analyst method to use their data to train the model and make the AI perform better. I still think that's part of data analyst stuff. So yeah, a little bit off, but just saying the data analyst is just a tool, and you need to know what is the most interesting to you, and then you use this tool to be successful in your career field.
Thank you very much. Okay, could you please tell me the good side and the bad side of working at your current position?
So the good side is I have, as a data analyst, you have to meet a lot of people, definitely. You have to design some tests for the customers, and you also need to talk to those people who actually doing those tests, like how to set up the targets and how to set up the radars so that you can get the data you want. And then I really enjoyed working with all different kind of people, and I work in a lot of different environments, such as in the field. I need to set up the IR cameras and stuff like that in the field, and also I work in the office. And this is a good part. I working in different places and work with different people, and make me really open my eyes to see, wow, there's a lot of people out there, and there's a lot of like things to do outside the office. That's a good part. The bad part is so the test situation for defense system, you have to meet some certain certain environments, such as some tests have to say, for example, the radar test, sometimes you have to avoid the solar noise, so that you have to do a test before sunrise and post the sunset. So so I have to be at the radar station at like 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes. So I have to wake up at 2 o'clock. That's a part I don't like, but I get off early as well. I went home at 11, so but I work from 3 though. Sometimes it's annoying. I feel really sleepy, and this may ruin my day. Yeah, that's the part I don't like.
Yeah, that's fun to hear that you have fun with meet new people. But yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of work too, though. Of course.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my next question would be, how important would you say communication is between like your employees and your everybody who works in the company?
Oh, yeah. Communication definitely really important. You have to know how to talk to people. People have different background. For example, our customers, they are from the DoD side. They may be from the Army, from Navy, Air Force, all kinds of military, or they may from another like defense company like Lockheed Martin or something like that. They have bring their equipment to you. They will ask you, hey, I have this new kind of say for example tank, and I want to see what their radar signature is, and could you do a radar signature analysis on that? Then you have to let them know what's the most effective factor for the radars, like the material, what kind of material it is, and you need to communicate the tech set with them. And also then you have to talk with those people who set up all those stuff. They may not have any knowledge with their with the radar. They may drive the tank to there and set up all those things and do what you told them to do. But you need to explain what's your goal and how you want this test being set up, and then you need to communicate with all kind of people, and also you need to communicate with people who schedule the radar station. Like they can't open the radar for 24/7, so you need to communicate with them as well. You will say, oh, I need at this time and open the radar in this kind of channel and have this kind of sectors, things like that. So you basically have to communicate with all kind of people, and to communicate with each type of person, you have to talk with their language. Like you also need to think about what they want, what they don't want. You definitely don't want to make things hard for people who work for you. For example, you don't want the radar people to calibrate it all the time just for you, and you don't want to take too much time on your side, because people may also schedule their target for the radar station. So you need to think ahead and think about how people's you know what I'm talking about. You need to understand people.
Yeah.
People don't want to like to do redundant work or do some work really not necessary. So I have to say planning and it should be part of the communication. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. It was really in detail.
Oh, yes, thanks.
Okay, where am I? Okay, so my next question is, at your current position as a data analyst, are there any environmental concerns that you or the companies encounter?
From what I know, I didn't see any, because we only do a signature collection on the target. I didn't see any pollutions or environmental concerns for that. I don't think so. Radars, IRs, and unintended radio leak, I didn't see any of that. So I don't think so.
Okay, thank you very much.
So the next question kind of follows up with the previous one. So if there was like an environmental concern, is there like a certain process that you guys have encountering like such a situation?
Oh yes, for the defense part, everything have a regulation. Like safety, they have safety regulation. Like environmental stuff, they must have their environmental concerns. And through the DoD side, one thing good about it is they have their DoD's specific regulations. And also as a contractor or also in the military part, you have to obey the local regulation, the local law reinforcement. So there is, we have to follow both of the policies from the state and also from the DoD side. And in general, DoD side maybe usually is more strict than the local side in general.
Okay, thank you. Then my next question is, are there any skills that may seem unrelated to being a data analyst, but have actually helped in your job?
I may say common sense. Like you should know there's one test that we realize for the error signature we collect, the estimate of the collection for that collection, the estimate is always one estimate is always has more signatures on the other side. And later we realize the sunrise, after the sunrise, it heated up, and so the estimate is just the sunrise sunlight angle, and then that's caused the target to heat it up, and that's why there's like more significant IR signatures on one side. So I guess that's common sense. It's not reading from a book. It's not in a book, or you can learn from experience. It's just something you need to pay attention to what's happening. And, yeah, and it's hard to, it can be developed if you have experience, but I may say pay attention to life. You don't know if you have some life skills such as I don't know, if you can pay attention to the details that make a difference. That may really help you to be good at the analyst, the job as a data analyst.
Thank you.
Yeah, so our next question is, are there any potential ethical concerns that you might encounter?
Ethical problem. Oh yes, actually, it's not just us. It's from all data science, data analyst jobs. So in the job we have a saying that if you torture your data long enough, it will do whatever you want him to do. It's like if you want to get, if you think, say for example, if you think the result should be have some relationship with the income factor, so you can just manipulate with your data, and then to make it looks like variance A has a high correlation with the outcome B. So that's why that may indicate a false conclusion, but that may be a conclusion you want. So actually, you just want to use that to get the result, but actually you shouldn't do that. But I guess there's a lot of people was trying to do that. That's I think the main ethical problem through the data analyst. Data analyst field. Yeah.
Thank you. Our next question is, as a data analyst, what kind of responsibilities would you encounter throughout a day? Is there a specific daily routine that enables you to be more productive?
Oh, uh, yes, kind of. So as a data analyst, you will give the result to your customer. It's like, so they will come to you and ask you a question. So like, how can we distinguish what is a decoy and what is a real enemy target? Like you have to really, you have to like really careful about analyzing those data sets and then give the precise result, because I know maybe people who fighting in the front line depend on your depends on the knowledge you give to them, and if you give them something that's not true, uh, the bad things may happen. So that's what I get motivated to be good at my job and trying to give the most precise result to the customer.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay. So do you think networking is beneficial for your career? And if it is, how do you expand and like maintain your networking?
I think it depends on the personality. So I'm a little bit introvert. I didn't see networking help me much because I don't like talk to people. I prefer stay at home. But some people may find it really helpful. Uh, they attend all the seminars and to meet friends and talk to people and know what they are doing and to see if they have positions, and you may, and they a lot of people realize the person he talked to become the hiring manager and they get a job, but that's not the case for me. I think it depends on what kind of personality you are. So
Okay, thank you for your sharing. So my next question is, how was your transition from a university student to a workforce employee, and how did you prepare yourself for that?
I think how to prepare is from the senior year, the beginning of senior year, you start to looking for jobs, and then there's job descriptions. Like you can see what kind of skills they want, and then you try to learn the skill to see if there's a class that's help you to prepare you get the skill on the job description, and also if it's something you can learn by yourself by watching YouTube and get some online classes like Udemy and Coursera. They are really cheap, like $10 something for a class. That's only the money for lunch. Yeah, and yeah, that's how I prepare myself for the job. I just try to learn the stuff that's from online and also from school to meet the job description and apply for the job. I applied a lot of jobs and many of them don't have even replies. Like they didn't even reply to me after I applied for them. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Saixin. I think that's all of our questions.
By the way, I can give one suggestion. I realized when I'm applying for a job, the job searching and job hunting is tough, and you may get rejected many times and get no answer for many times, but never stop trying. And eventually there will be something for you, and hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah, that's my suggestion.
Thank you. I really
Thank
found
you.
this in the interview really informative. I thought you gave
Oh.
a lot of good examples. It was really, really nice to hear.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and by the way, you guys are from a math department?
Yes. Yeah. Our major is applied mathematics. And we are trying to find a job in this field as a data analyst.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, what do you guys really enjoy?
So far, I don't know. I don't really know specifically what I
Okay.
really enjoy right now, but I do enjoy like computation and like the math side of it. But I'm not too sure like specifically. I have to dive more into it.
Okay. Yeah. You have a hobby, or like
The hobby is like I mean I just play like video games. But
oh yeah, that's fine. There's you know, the gaming company made a lot of money too, and you may apply for them. They also need data analysts about their sales, about their players satisfactory, and how to use all those data to help them get better player experience and things like that. You know, how to use data science knowledge to provide them with an insight of how player feels about their games. Yeah, things like that. Yeah. How about you, Xiwan?
Probably I'm interested in more the front end, which is related to like include like something like graphical design
Oh, okay.
stuff. Yeah. And I'm also interested in the part which I can, as a data analyst, I can collect how to improve users' experiences. Especially, I'm a big fan of Apple products. So when I use it, I can like feel it as a customer, and I want to use that, utilize this part in my job.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Really. You guys should try to apply now and see what's going on. And I realize the best part, the best time to search for job is like now, and then start applying as September, because all the companies start hiring during that time, and then just preparing. Yeah, and good luck to you guys. Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
So, any other questions?
I think that's all for me.
Yeah, that's all for me as well. But yeah, thank you for your time. It was really insightful.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's really helpful. Have a good day.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thanks for attending, and best of luck.
Oh
See
yeah,
you
thank
guys.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.